Hello, dear viewers. Good to have you on the program again today. It still remains the economy today on KAFTAN television. Okechukwu here, and of course we've got people that will share with us on this program, and then we will talk about the things that we always do talk about. What I mean is that we'll try to make sure that in every situation we'll bring forth the things that have to do with what will help our viewer to enjoy this economy anyhow. So today is not going to be an exception. We'll still continue with the same thing and hand it the way it will go. And there are these different segments that you know that must come on the program. With those segments will still come. That's talking about the fact that we have business news, we have the stock exchange talk, we also have monetary matters as well that we also look at. And so these review, monetary review, these are the things we'll still do before we're now getting the discussion proper. And let me let you know, the guests that will discuss with me are already seated here with me. In fact, they've been seated even before the start of the thing, and so we've just been waiting to come on air. And there are two of them. I must say I'm blessed, really. I'm truly, truly blessed to be, you know, they say, when they talked about Virgin Mary, they said, blessed are thou amongst women. Right now, for me, I am blessed amongst women. So that tells you I have women with me. The first one is Tayo Nani. She is a mental health coach. She's a whole lot more than that, but I'm just speaking only that because that's the aspect she will operate on the program today. So let me say welcome to Tayo Nani.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, it's a big pleasure to have you again on the program today.
My pleasure.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Then I also have someone who also is a life coach, and a whole lot more than just a life coach. She is so many things. But again, because for the thing we're discussing today, I want to make use of her, that aspect of her life as a life coach, to talk on the program. I am talking about Rosalind Jacobs. Rosalind Jacobs, good to have you on the program.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Right. And you have seen these. You can agree with me over what I said earlier. So that is it. I will be talking about something that has to do with crisis management. Crisis management. Food and household expenses. Crisis management. You look at it and see that there are, the way the economy is going today, there is crisis everywhere. A man tries to go to the market and comes home and, no, not the man first, he brings, man gets money and sends to the woman and asks her to go to the market and buy food items for all that. And the woman comes back with a polythene bag and the man starts getting worried. Why are you coming home with a polythene bag? With all the money I gave you? And all that and all that. Then one day, he will keep getting offended that the wife will, if you like, pretend to be sick one day and encourage him, please go to the market and get some of these things, please, I beg you. And the man goes to the market, returns, and begins from that day to apologize to the woman for all the nonsense he was saying, because he has seen for himself that it's not here, it's far away. The problem is big, it's not something that is small. Well, they will help me talk about these things. How do we manage the crisis that comes? Because honestly, crisis will always come, as far as the economy is concerned the way it is today. But there are things that can happen and it will make the home beautiful. That's why we talked about food and household expenses. How can you manage the home and put the home in order? Get enough food for people to eat, and the expenses that will be made will still be not so much, so as to make sure that there is something to eat the next day. Welcome again, ladies.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. We will go straight into taking the business news feeds there, because I've already heard from the buyer. Yes, he says we have it. So we'll take the business news. When we return, I'll look at the stock exchange and the monetary matters before we do our discussion. Take it from there.
On debt risk, Fitch Ratings has warned that Nigeria's proposed $5 billion total return swap with First Abu Dhabi could complicate future debt restructuring and increase financial risk for the nation. The agency says though the structure may improve foreign currency liquidity, it may however reduce transparency due to limited disclosure. It also raised concerns over margin calls if the naira weakens, potentially straining reserves. Fitch further added that derivative-based financing may obscure public debt levels. Despite the warnings, Nigerian authorities say the deal will support refinancing and infrastructure development. On digital payment drive, according to Central Bank of Nigeria data, Nigerians continue to rely heavily on cash with 5.19 trillion naira held outside the banking system as of May 2026. This marks a rise from 5.08 trillion naira in April and a 12.07% year-on-year increase. The data also shows that over 91% of the 5.69 trillion naira currency in circulation is outside banks, reflecting dominance of cash in informal and retail sectors. Meanwhile, despite growth in digital payments, regulators face challenges as the CBN pushes its payment system Vision 2028 to reduce cash usage. Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria FAN says the federal government's renegotiation of the Murtala Mohammed Airport Terminal 2 MM2 concession is aimed at restoring investor confidence and resolving long-standing disputes. FAN Managing Director Olubunmi Kuku says the process has been concluded and approved by the Federal Executive Council, stressing that the move will strengthen public-private partnerships and improve regulatory stability. She also called for stronger institutional frameworks and dedicated aviation financing desks to support infrastructure development. Liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) imports have risen as the federal government moves to ease cooking gas shortages and stabilize prices in Nigeria. Data from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority shows 16,642.66 metric tons were imported in the first 19 days of June 2026, bringing total supply to about 95,769 metric tons. Authorities say this has improved stock sufficiency from 11 to 22 days. However, retail prices remain high due to distribution challenges, with further interventions expected to boost supply and reduce costs. The National Pension Commission (PENCOM) has directed all Treasury-funded ministries, departments and agencies (MDAs) to submit records of employees retiring or due to retire in 2026 ahead of the federal government's new exit benefit scheme. In a circular, PENCOM set a July 6th deadline for submission using an approved template, warning that incomplete data will not be accepted. The scheme is designed to pay eligible retirees 100% of their final annual emoluments after at least 10 years of service and improve pension welfare and social protection for federal workers.
Second one.
Yeah, I thank God that thank you that you've seen that one. We've had our business news, and we'll still continue. As I said, there are segments, and this, what you've seen, is just one of the segments we have. And so right away, we'll go into talking about what we have in the stock exchange as at yesterday. So let's look at that. The latest available data from the stock exchange. The summary of the market is that we have the NGX All Share Index 240,743.19 points. That is 240,743.19 points, up for 2,524 points at 1.06%. Then the market capitalization was 154.5 trillion. 154.5 trillion naira. Of course, this one is in naira, and 113 billion dollars. That's what we have. 154.5 trillion naira, and 113 billion US dollars. Hoping that the buyer will get this done as we're going on. Then we also, the year to date is 54.71% up for, that is plus, that is the positive. Then trading activity, the volume, 564,879,652 shares traded. 564,876,652 shares were traded, and at 19% as it had been. Then the value is 39.33 billion naira. That is plus 8. That's what we have, plus 8, as against what it was on Monday. Then deals, there were 49,147 transactions, 49,147 transactions, and there were, it went down to less 23% as against Monday. And the stocks traded 122 listed equities. 122 listed equities were traded. 34 gainers and 22 losers. 34 gainers and 22 losers. For those who are the top movers, we have gainers, top gainers. Airtel Africa made a gain of 10% to 4,358 naira 80 kobo. Guinea Insurance made a gain of 10% to 1 naira 10 kobo gain, and the International Energy Insurance made a gain of 9.89%, which is, then the Triple G made 9.82%. Then for those who are the top losers, Red Star Express lost 9.96% to 24 naira 85 kobo, while Premier Paints made 9.93% to Trans Nationwide Express, also taking the third position in the losers, 9.82%, of course, in the loss on the negative. The leaders, the team leaders, the volume leaders, we have Fidelity Bank bringing in 59.4 million shares to be traded, while Zenith Bank brought in 49.5 million shares to be traded. Dangote took the third position by bringing 43.1 million shares to be traded. That is the way we have it for now. Well, that is for the stock exchange. Let's look at the other one, that is the other monetary stories, monetary matters. We were told that banks' foreign domestic assets pushed Nigeria's money supply to 129.2 trillion naira. 129.2 trillion naira. And Nigeria's broad money supply has risen sharply in May 2026 to 129.21 trillion naira from 124.99 trillion in April. According to the latest data from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the improvement in money supply was driven largely by an expansion in both banks' foreign and domestic asset positions. This is said underscores persistent liquidity growth in the financial system, despite the CBN's tight circulation of money. Basically, it was really having some tight time and all that. And the monetary policy was quite tight, and it's still working. It stands, it is still working. Then again, the NMDPRA blames high landing costs for LPG price hike. LPG price hike, that's talking about the local petrol and all that, and then talking about the landing price. The chief executive of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, NMDPRA, Malam Rabiu Abdullahi Umar, has blamed high landing costs for the rising cost of liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, otherwise called cooking gas in the country. However, he expressed optimism that ongoing measures across the value chain would begin to ease market pressures in the coming week. Umar stated this during a stakeholders meeting convened by the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources to address the recent increase in LPG prices and develop coordinated measures to improve supply affordability and market stability. The meeting brought together key government officials, regulators, producers, marketers, terminal operators, and industry associations to examine factors contributing to rising LPG prices and agree on practical intervention to strengthen its value chain. And highlighting costs continue to influence LPG prices, but the ongoing measures across the value chain will begin to ease market pressures in the coming weeks, according to Umar. He added that the authority is working with producers and other stakeholders to increase domestic supply, strengthen market oversight, and support interventions that will improve availability. That is what he has said, and I want to pray that it will happen, because I must tell you, dear viewer, that I know you know. We are not finding it funny at all as far as buying gas is concerned in Nigeria today. How can it be that within 2 months, within a space of 2 months, in fact, let's say within a space of 3 months, we have bought gas 12.5 kg that we got at 10,000, got to the level that we got at 12,500. Then it moved from 12,500, we got it at 18,500, and it got to 20,000, and eventually it got to 25,000 within a space of 3 months. How can you explain this? This is something that will give trouble anywhere. That's why even our discussion today has to do with all that. If a man were bringing this kind of money and giving it to the wife, so go and do this, go and do this, go and do this, won't he start shouting at the woman? No matter how quiet the kind of man he is, he will start shouting at the woman. What is wrong with you? Why are you spending money like this? That's why I keep praying that men should be going to the markets. It's important that men should go and see for themselves, because I'm saying it, women are being too overstressed in this country. Let the men go and see some of these things. I do go. I'm proud to say that. I do go. In fact, in some cases, I would say in some areas, I go to the market more than my wife. Because we need to see these things. And I'll tell her, relax, let me go and see. And I'll go and see. I don't know. You, dear viewer, if you are the man, make sure you do what I'm doing. Make sure you help your wife. If you lose that woman, you are the one that will suffer. So why not help the woman so that your life will be made better? You, woman, if you are the one going, well, keep praying that God will touch your husband. And keep trying to see what means you can use to drag him somehow. Let him go and see it for himself. Or if you can record some of the things and show him, it will be good, because sometimes ignorance is a serious matter. He's bringing money quite all right, but his ignorance is a big problem that is making you suffer more than you should. I pray that this price of gas, LPG, will be brought down and to be made easy for people to, live life the way it used to be and enjoy it. As again, the topic is crisis management, the food and household expenses. That's what we're going to discuss. After this 1 minute break. We'll return. We're back here and looking at it again. I want to say thank you for staying on. Please keep staying with us. Let me bring them in to talk about this. This time, I will not let Tayo talk first. I'll ask Rosalind to talk first. Life coach, tell us situation. Some of it which I've explained here. Am I on the right path or am I far away from it?
You are.
Okay.
You know, the economy of Nigeria today is not friendly to everybody.
It is not.
It's rubbing up on both the high class, the middle class, the low class, the every class. You know, it's taking a real turn on the relationship in the family if wisdom is not applied. I like the fact that you said the men should go to the market. It's very important. You know, one of the realities of life is telling yourself the truth. Telling yourself the truth. You know, when you tell a woman, come write all the needs in the house, put a possible price list on it. Now you're not going to buy the things that the family wants, but the things that the family needs to salvage the situation. Things like, and then when you were able to write the list down, you put it aside. And then you know, because there's this snack thing that happens in the house, there's gari in the house, there's beverages in the house. Now the economy is affecting everything. So you have to introduce new channels on how to make it comfortable for the children, because a lot of families have children. There's still secondary school, primary school, kindergartens that still go to school. So they will still take tea, they will still drink gari, they will still take pap. So it's necessary that some of those plans should be put in place. Now, you came from a point of the family angle. I think let me hit on it before I go into the expenses and then the planning of the wants and the needs in the family and doing a rightful budgeting. Yes. You know, because it's taking a toll on friendship, among couples because of the discouraging of the prices. You know, I went to buy gas the other day and I almost froze. I almost froze. Thank God for that I have charcoal stove. Yes. What would I have done? I have a charcoal stove, so I have to use that one to boil my stew, to buy charcoal to make it easier for me. So now, and then some people live in an environment that is not convenient to have a charcoal stove, but now there are different kind of charcoal stove that you can have that will not create in the smoke, you know, to make it easy. Because if you want to go with gas now, then you minimize cooking certain kind of meals. Yes. So it's necessary that you do tell yourself some basic truths. Write the list of the things that the family needs and wants. Then you separate them, because the needs and the wants are different. Yes. So the ones that are basically the things that they need for the family are the ones that you're going to work on. Now, because most men now, they see that their wife are not being considerate. And my next door neighbor said he decided to go to the markets. He couldn't buy yam. He had to buy gari. He had to buy masara. He had to buy dawa. He had to buy gero to go and give it, to let them go and process and let it on to semovita, because the children know that semovita is white. Yes. They bought alibo and they did amala. The children could not eat amala because they are not used to amala. They didn't test it. They said, what is this black thing? Because they're not used to it. So they had to go and do millet, dawa and maize to now make it the semovita. Right, yes. Put it in the bag and then tie it. You know, it's good you buy food in bulk now. It's not good, buy food in bulk. And then the one that they eat more, you buy more of it. Buy more food in bulk. Then those small ones that are costing, this thing, you buy them in. You notice that because of a healthy living, some things you don't buy that is open. As some people buy they buy a measure of a spaghetti, macaroni, all those things. They taste different, actually. Yes. The taste is usually different, yes. When I did it for my kids, they're like, I don't like this one. It doesn't taste like the one that we know. Yes. Children there are some kids that have good taste, but when they taste something different, it's another wahala. But the economy of Nigeria now is teaching parents how to improvise. We must learn to improvise in this economy now, because it will take a very bad turn on marriages. like you rightly said.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, now let me come to Tayo, the mental health coach. So many things are happening, so people are going mad these days. And you are the one that can tell us what to do with such people. Please tell us.
Actually, what's happening in Nigeria is taking a toll on the mindset of everyone, on our mental well-being. And we know that mental health has to do with our overall well-being. We have to be okay mentally, physically, psychologically, and in every health-wise, in every aspect of our lives. And hearing the way the economy is, the inflation, and all the hike in prices, is people are not sleeping very well. I spoke to somebody yesterday who said she couldn't sleep last night.
See?
And she was just thinking because her house rent is almost due. Then the daughter also called and said they needed to pay the balance of the school fees. The exams is just next week. Yes. And she needs to balance her remaining school fees. And she couldn't sleep. She couldn't sleep because she was wondering where will she get the money. She's already owing. She has a lot of debt on her neck. How she has not sorted out the debt. Look at her daughter's school fees. Look at her house rent that is there. And I really felt for her. She said, Mama, I couldn't sleep. I said, don't worry, God will make a way for you. God will do it for you. Even if you take away sleep from your eyes, it won't sort out the problem. So you need to give yourself rest. You need to accept the challenge that, oh, this has come. Now, what is the way forward? How do I handle it? How do I sort it out? I tell people that we need to improvise. We need to do extra things. We need to go out of the usual. We begin to do the unusual. What is the normal norm? Maybe you have a 8 to 5 job or 8 to 4 job. Then you need to begin to look for business. 7 to 4, 8 to 5. You need to look for businesses that you can do to support. Now, one road does not lead to the market. That means there are a lot of things that we need to put in place to be able to balance the family. In fact, right now, there are many men that don't want to marry a woman that don't have something doing. Because those days, exactly, those days, our parents our parent did it, that the man takes care of every need of the home. But right now, it's not possible anymore like before. A woman has to be a supporter. A woman has to be a helper. She has to come in to help. And how do you come in to help? You have to look for other means to be able to support your family so that there will be a balance. So I just encouraged her, and we pray that God will look at her with favor. So a lot of people are depressed. A lot of people are sick and most of those sicknesses are not the usual ones. They are, they are not. When I mean the usual ones are like
money
malaria,
money sickness.
It has to do with money. So and you know how alert does to people. When you receive an alert, you are joyful, you are happy because something has. So I want to let us know that don't let this thing take a toll, on you, because boats don't capsize because of the water around them, but the water that enters into them. So what am I trying to say is that we need to be mindful of our mental health. Don't allow the situations of Nigeria to get a better part of you so that it won't bring you to the point of depression or mental illness.
Okay, there's something important I must mention. She said, boats don't capsize as a result of the water around them. Boats capsize as a result of the water that enters into them. I hope I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, if there is a boat you have and it's in the water, and you are sure that water is not entering into it, it can go far. It can go to wherever you want to send it. But if you have the one that water will begin to enter into, in no distant time, it will capsize. And if there is no life jacket, you are not sure of coming out of it. And this is what happens in our homes. If there is no life jacket, if there is no understanding, if there's lack of understanding, if there's lack of love, lack of a lot of, because some people say that this love is when there's money. There's lack of all these things. Definitely that boat of your marriage will capsize. And that is the wrong thing. Let it not capsize because of the economy. Let it not capsize because of, let me say it this way, people can laugh and people can even say something wrong about it, but it's okay. Let it not capsize because of Tinubu. May your boat still be in order until after Tinubu. And we'll pray that this country will be made better, because in most cases it's not even only the man that is at the helm of affairs. What about the other people who are doing other things? How many of us are doing the right thing where we are found? You know, there are Tinubus everywhere. In your office, you are the Tinubu that is there. You that is trying to collect the money you should not collect, so as to make wrong ends meet. Now you be Tinubu there. And if you're the other place in the other office and you're doing one that is not okay, you are the Tinubu that is there. Because when Buhari was there, it was because of Buhari too. When good luck was there, it was good luck. So as far as there is a head, it is that person. And you are the head in many places. Even in that small home that you are the Tinubu in your home. How far have you gone in making sure that your home is held tight? The way Tinubu is doing today in Nigeria, getting all the political parties to come and join him. All the state governors, almost all of them have become APC. How much have you done? It is prowess in his own part that is making him do that and succeed. What do you have prowess in doing that will make your home to be built together the way he's building the country together? What are you thinking? Are you thinking of how to scatter it, how to let the madam go? It's not the madam that is the problem. It is not the madam that is the problem. Life coach, is it the madam that is the problem?
No, she's not the problem.
Because I know that there are many people that come to you as a life coach.
Yes,
and there are so many will tell you that a guy wants me to go.
yes.
Let's talk about that.
They feel pressured. It's not a woman's fault. It's just that we shouldn't face the fight. The couple shouldn't fight each other. They should fight. The problem is the economy.
Exactly.
So I think one of the basic things, the solution is they should save, no matter how little, save. Keep some money. Keep some money aside. And then there's this thing. That's why I said you learn some skills. There's making of kulikuli, they're making of chin chin, making of zobo, making of kunu. These things bring in daily income. Daily income. Now, because some people work, some women work, so it might not be really, but you create time for what is important.
Yes.
You create time for it, because the way the economy is going, it's going to really be affecting the friendship between couples, because everybody will be feeling tensed, pressured. I'll pay school fees, I'll pay the light bill. We're even talking about gas. The light bill is there. Yes. Water is there. Feeding is there. Transportation is there. The children must eat every day.
If you are in band A,
yes, and the children must eat every day, and they don't owe you explanation. You are the parent. You have to fix it. So we should just look for the necessary. If couples could sit down and have a reality talk, these things can be fixed. Everything is planning. Everything is facing the truth that this is the problem. How do we fix it? There must be a plan A, plan B, plan C. They should be save some little money, then buy the things the family needs. Then there's some things you buy in a large proportion to help save the family. Then don't waste food. Don't overcook, don't undercook. Cook appropriately. You're not starving the family, but there should be some switches too.
Yes.
Make lots of stew. Stew is a lifesaver. Yeah. But soup these days is not a lifesaver. I don't advise plenty of soups because soup, it comes,
Yes,
I can make. Yes, now I improvise making a vegetable soup with 2,500.
Okay.
Yes, to make life easy, because I must eat vegetables every day. I like vegetables, so I have now improvised the way to make it without eating it a rich man way, but very tasty and nice.
And good.
Yes, you buy panla fish in bulk. My kids don't like crayfish. Not everybody like crayfish. So, but there's a way there's those ways to make it work. You just sit down, save is a must. No matter how hard the economy is, please save. Because the more you keep borrowing from loan apps, the pressure is going high.
Hey, and those people can embarrass you.
The pressure is going high. Thanks. You wake up in the morning, you're seeing red calls on your phone. Every other minute, they can call you 100 times in a day. One. Number two, you borrow from people. How do you pay back? Number three, you begin to want to still eat in luxury. You can't eat luxury in this season, but you can eat well if you plan well. Buy plenty. I told my friend came to the house the other day. I said, okay, what are the things that cause that you eat more in the house? When we did the timetable, she discovered that because she came to my house, see plenty beans, see plenty rice, see plenty gari, see plenty pap. I said yes, because these are the things that we eat. So I buy them in bulk. Any money that come, I keep buying because I don't want them. My pure water, I buy like 10 bags. I keep because I don't want pressure. Because when one is getting to 1 bag, 2 bag, I can't sleep again. Because if you're under pressure, and you must drink water. You must. Let's buy some things that is workable if we plan. Get charcoal stove. It's very advisable that every home gets a charcoal stove to have it, because it will save you from gas. There are many things you can do with it, and then the gas will be for boiling the food. Then you can do your beans on the charcoal stove and all that things. So many other things, because it's affecting love making between couples.
It does.
Everybody's irritated. Everybody's angry. You hug me, it's problem. You come near me, it's wahala. I'm not in the mood. Mental health. This is this. A friend of mine wanted to get married. He said something about marriage. A friend of mine wanted to get married. The guy said, "I'm not buying any of those clothes, all those boxes, all those things. I'm only going to buy the food part." I said, "Okay, you must buy it."
Are you sure you're ready for?
Are you ready for marriage? You must buy everything. No, because I'm going to feed her. I'm going to feed her. But you will clothe her too. This one is traditional rights. You will do. He said because you said the list is too much. Then you're not ready to get married. So it's affecting relationships. And the issue of saying because a woman not doing anything, some men don't want to marry. There are women that are doing well. They will not support you with their money. They will not support you with their money. So it's just, let's have empathy and be kind. When you marry people for the right reasons, they will support. But when you marry people for the wrong reasons, because they have, you're not liking them, you're liking what the people know the truth these days.
Don't compel the woman to give you her money.
Don't compel the woman to give you her money. It's not our it shouldn't be so. A man should still be the provider. A woman that is well loved and kind will give you without you asking. That's
I have seen it. Even some, please let me use this one. Some religious people.
Yes.
I have seen it that the woman will go to work, get all the money, and come and hand it over to her husband. Look, for me, I don't like it. It's not right.
It's not right. It's foolishness.
What if that man is the kind that spends money anyhow, and you finish everything you got? Look, I'm saying this in this station. I have never, for once, I will never ask my wife to give me her salary. What am I doing with it? If they are not paying me, let me look for another way to get money and, excuse me, do another kind of work. Not to disturb the woman to come and give me the one she labored for, and I'll collect it. And such men, I don't know how to talk to you because I'm on air. But I'm telling you, be careful what you're doing. Be careful what you're doing. Don't bring curses upon yourself because you say you are the head. You are a man, you are the head. Thank God that God is the head over us. Don't forget, some people will collect, I've seen them, they will collect all the money from their wives. As you say, please give me money for toilet roll. Please give me money for this. The money she worked for. Go and get your own. Let her get her own. I don't ask. Excuse me. I don't ask any of such things from my wife. I'm still saying it. She's still alive, so anybody can go and find out. I have never asked. In actual fact, when she wants to tell me there's a promotion, so they added money to congratulations. Forget it. Don't tell me what they added. It's for you. Go and use your money. And this is the right way people should live their lives. Not you're thinking of how to collect her own money, so you don't want to go and make your own. It's too bad. It doesn't mean that women may not decide to help. After all, when I need some money around me and I can't get it, and I look around, the woman can say, "Oh, please, have this." I say, "Thank you, my dear, God bless you." And I'll go my way. And I always have this thing in my mind all the time. See this money I collect from this woman, I must return it. Even if she doesn't take it when I give it, I'll use other means to make sure I've returned it. But so many people these days, they will be so lazy, so many men, and they want to sit back and let the women go. And, it has been the traditional thing in Africa. Go up north, go towards Jos and that side. You see the women in different farms cultivating these sweet potato and all these things, cabbage, all of these things, carrot,
green peas, green beans.
The women are the ones doing this thing and they'll bring it out.
Yes.
And afterwards the men will collect the money. And some other parts of, but in the olden days, it's the men that will, that's why they had many wives then, because they have big farms and they will go along with their wives to farm. Not that they will not go, but the current men we see in the local parlance, they don't go, they just send their wives and they stay lazing about. This is how you can help your life. That's what we're saying. Please, let's hear from Kyle before we start rounding up. I think I've talked too much today.
I want to let people know that depression is real. And I also want to let people know that trauma too is healed.
Yes.
It's real. It's real. So, and a lot of people react from the place of trauma. A lot of people are carrying wounds that are never healed.
Yeah.
And sometimes we react from the place of our trauma. Because whatever you didn't heal from, of course you can't, you know, be productive in any area. Sometimes beneath the shouting and the irritations, beneath that voice, that loud voice, is a little child that is crying for help, a little child that is crying for healing. And a lot of people have chosen not to heal, but to move on. You can't move on except you heal. And that's why a lot of little things get a toll on you. A lot of people have lost their mind. A lot of people have lost their relationships. They've lost friends. They've lost jobs and a lot of things that are beneficial to them moving forward as a result of unhealed traumas. And we need to heal for us to be able to, you know, move on with this kind of economy and this crisis. Because if you are carrying wounds in your heart, you are not healed with what is going on in the economy. You could imagine how it will really bring down the state of your mental health. You know, how it will have a great toll on the state of your mental health. So you need to seek help so that you can fully heal and then join heads together with your loved ones to be able to face the economy. Because some people are not understanding no matter what. A woman wants to try to explain to the husband what the economy is saying. The husband is refusing to understand. When you tell the husband, oh, this thing has finished. How did it finish? How did you use it? The shout is, it's just because I just say this. Is it this small thing I said that make you to shout? No, it's not that small thing.
When that thing you say small thing would even anger him the more. Are you calling it small thing?
You're calling it small. Beyond
they
that shouting, beyond, you know, that shout, there is a child that is unhealed. There is a wound that is unhealed. And then anything irritates them. Even in the office, you see it happen between boss and their subordinates. You see them shouting, screaming. Some people say, I did not. Why is she shouting? No. I remember we used to have one boss like that. Those early days when I started work. Every time she comes to the office, she's always shouting. People say, now we do you. Now we, are we? You see? They say maybe her husband is not. Before you know they have problem with her husband, you now came to pour it on us in the office. This is always.
Of aggression.
Yeah, it was later, we now heard that she separated from the husband. They are no more together. We now knew, oh, this was the problem.
You're right
this
after
was
all.
The problem. We're right after all. So please, let's try to understand people. Let's speak to people in love. Let's come from the place of, you know, affection and from the place of empathy. We need it. Empathy. Speak nice words to people. Check on people. Check on people. I remember one of our daughters in the Lord who came to me and was crying about some issues in her life. Cried. And I knew she had blood pressure. I told her, calm down. You know you already have blood pressure. Calm down. And before you know it, we just heard that she had a heart attack and we lost her.
Oh God.
The pressure was too much. Her not being helped by her mother. The mother too had her own trauma. She used the trauma to put it on her daughter. Sometimes the daughter will ask, are you sure this woman is the one that gave birth to me? Are you sure she's my mother? She too was coming from a place of hurt. Her dad, you know, was not there to help her. The dad is angry with the mom because they are divorced and then was pouring the anger on the child. So the mother too pushed the child away because the child reminds her of the father. And at the end of the day, the only child between the two of them died a few weeks back. What am I trying to say? Let's operate with empathy. Let's stop transferring aggressions to our loved ones. Innocent children that know nothing about relationship of husband and wife, you know, at the end of the day had to pay the price because she became the sacrifice on the altar of divorce.
Yes.
So what am I trying to say? Let's show empathy. Let's heal. Let's learn to forgive. It has a way to help our mental health and help us to heal.
Okay. Let me return to our life coach, Rosalind Jacobs. Of course, she's a counselor, just as we're a counselor. Counsel the family, because we're about rounding off.
Marriage is sweet. Regardless of all the storms around it, marriage is very sweet. And if I'm your friend, you will do everything possible to make me happy. Let couples fight the problem and not fight themselves. That's my advice to them. And there's no problem that cannot be solved, and there's no problem that does not have a solution. This food crisis, this food storm. One thing about Nigerians is that God has given us one tendency and one doggedness and one kind of strength that every challenge that comes, we have the power to overcome it. So we should just strike a balance between the knowing the difference between what the family needs per time and the wants, and then put the wants beside, because that's luxury. That would take a turn on the finances, and wanting to meet up expectations that are not realistically a realistic goal as at that time because of the financial budget of the family. Always create a life expense routine that you would always want to meet up with. That, you know, money has a very strong tool on killing emotions and love. When a woman is overly over-demanding or a man is overly complaining, it affects their communication. You want to be avoiding your spouse. That's where that distance begins to come in. So I think my advice is that the economy of Nigeria doesn't have the power to break any home. You are the one that gives the economy the power by allowing all the things that it comes with, the challenges and the storms that it comes with, to affect your communication, your lovemaking, your bonding, your prayer, your relationship, your communication. So let's keep our family as a goal, that I will keep my family away from the storm that we always pass. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. That's how we are rounding off with our own talk. And then let's take the final one from you too, our mental health coach. We're just rounding off with this.
All right. Your struggle is real, but so is your strength. So the darkness you feel today will not last forever. So please keep pushing on, keep moving on, keep fighting together until you win.
Great. Keep pushing on. Keep loving on. Keep fighting together until you win. You see, there are certain things they've brought together. Love is not the problem. It is the economy. So handle it well, because you are the one that should handle it. I remember, I keep making reference to this. One child was talking. He said, why can't you do this? After all, you are the adult. Do it. You know, what the child was trying to say is, this is what adults can handle, and you are an adult. So why are you running away as though you are a child? Handle it. So you are the adult. Do it. Don't just start running away from it. Whatever it is that is the problem, overlook what you're looking at and look deeper. You will see the main problem itself. Well, thank you so much. I hope that you, dear viewer, that you have learned something that will help you in managing your home effectively the way it ought to be, and then making sure that there is something to eat, but then not that you close your bank account because you want to eat. Take the needs, leave the wants for now. Once in a while there could be time for such wants, but the major thing for us to succeed is that we'll continue with the needs. Thank you so much. It's been great sharing the moment with Tayo Lani. Tayo, of course, I have said several times, is a mental health coach, and among many things that she is anyway. And so we say thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
share
me.
The moments with us.
Thank you.
We are always blessed with your presence.
Thank you.
Please know that we'll still come again.
All right.
It's not over now.
Thank you.
Right. I also want to say, well, after so long, because of me, it's been for so long we've been talking about having you here. Like, incidentally, it has happened. I'm talking about a counselor and life coach, talking about Rosalind Jacobs. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
We'll continue. Don't forget that.
Thank you.
Thank you, forget that. Well, that's how we'll run it off today. Thank you for watching. And as I've said, thanks to the ones that also came, I want to say thanks to the ones with whom I worked. And I won't forget that Sanusi has been here talking about Adebayo. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you, Victor Adeyeye. Thank you, my great editor. Thank you also, Victor Chizaya. Thank you so much. I won't forget to say thank you to Oluwaseun Adejuwon. Thank you so much for being there. And thank you again to Felix Akinjagula. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that have assisted one way or the other. And, of course, Ephraim Omona and Sam Omachi. Thank you. This is Okechukwu Onubog. What do I say again? May the very best happen to us all the time.
Amen.